All right, we're back with another offseason blueprints. This time for the OKC Thunder. Uh, Dream season for them for the most part, but they got some work to do. So I think we're gonna go to Marvin first. He has some
Kevin
ideas.
Durant, Kawhi Leonard.
Uh,
Good shout out. Good shout out.
Do what I said. Hopefully, hopefully Marvin has better ideas. So let's see.
Yeah, I have some bigs that they could try to sign. We've mentioned Drummond, he's an unrestricted free agent. He'd be beautiful. If Claxton is looking for a new spot, I think Claxton could be really nice as well. Some other smaller or not smaller guys, but less high usage.
Right.
And like bench guys, if Moritz Wagner wants to leave, I think he could be a really nice bench big for us. We could get Moses Brown back.
No.
No, DeAndre Jordan could be nice. He'd probably be pretty cheap too.
Yes. Well, I mean, if they have other options, I would rather.
I agree, but I think he would be a viable option if that's what we need to go with.
Or minimum contract.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. If you're talking,
And then we mentioned in the next episode too, Hartenstein. I think if we can get Hartenstein, that could be really nice as well. And then like Tice and Thompson too for like back burner if we need. Because I do think we should at least get some big, even if it's a guy like Tristan Thompson, just for something.
Like, yeah, I like the idea of getting a big. Like, so initially when they were first eliminated, I was like, holy crap, call the Cavs, get Jared out. And then I had a little bit of time to cool down. I was like, you know what? They don't need.
If we can cook
They
up a
don't need
nice
a
trade
second-
without losing too much for Allen, I'm all for it.
I mean, I don't think it'd be a bad idea. But I think they don't necessarily even need a second center or like not a second center, like to move Chet to the power forward full time. I think going and getting just a
A second center
bench
for the bench.
Yeah, like Jay Will, he's good in certain matchups.
He's
like
not big
against
enough.
the Pelicans, he was good, but that's because he could stretch the floor.
But against the
He's a
Mavs,
bigger
we
body.
need someone.
But yeah, the Mavs, they have athletic bigs, and you just need a guy that could rebound with them. And I mean, and Chet is not a good rebounder. I mean, he's super skinny. I mean, he's a rookie. And it's kind of unfair to ask a rookie, like, you're all a rebounder.
Especially considering he's like the only big guy we have to.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously Shea can get rebounds too. We saw what he did,
yeah,
but
he actually stepped up on the board.
you want a big that can get rebounds.
Like trying to get DeAndre Jordan no matter what. He was a great center in his prime. One of the best. Maybe teach Jay Holmgren how to eat some food properly and gain some weight.
Sure, Drummond can do the same thing.
I mean, fun fact, in that last game, we know, painful memory here, the Thunder were up by like 15. And I believe Jay will have the biggest negative on the team with like a negative 16 or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't even play that many minutes.
He did not play that many minutes, and he had the biggest negative on the team.
Yeah, I mean, like Jay Will,
he had a negative 14
player. I don't think he should be a shoo-in for rotations. I mean, I think he should play, but I don't think he should be like, oh, this guy's a 20-minute per game guy every night.
I think it should be kind of like a
Or
game-by-game basis. Yeah.
Or as a big dependent, like center.
Well, exactly, matchup game-by-game basis.
Yeah, so I think adding like a Drummond. I have some trades as well to get like big forwards as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should add a second center no matter what. But I think also getting a big forward like Josh Giddey. There's already been rumors that they're shopping Josh Giddey and first to upgrade.
Yeah.
To find a guy that fits that roster. And I have some ideas, but if you guys have any ideas, that's not Kawhi or KD.
I think that's a good idea. You can watch our Suns episode and our Clippers episode for those deals.
I mean,
they're not bad.
KD's not a bad idea, but I don't know how. I don't think this one.
Kawhi's too risky.
I don't want. I've mentioned this on like every episode. I don't want Kawhi.
I think it's too risky for us. I don't think it's
too injured.
Worth it for us. Yeah. But KD, I'm not against.
No, look at Kawhi for a cheap price.
I mean, if it's Kawhi for Josh Giddey in a first, then yeah, dude.
No, I'd rather have Giddey.
I don't blame you.
You love Giddey now, right?
Yeah, he's gonna have a big bounce back here for the Knicks.
Triple double demon.
Yeah,
20 minutes off the bench.
Yeah, just send him the Knicks. He'll get triple double every game.
Every other
At
game,
home.
or not every other game.
Yeah, he'll get a
50%.
triple double every game at home, and then maybe he'll get like 1 or 2 on the road.
Anyways, what are your trades?
Okay, I'll start. My first trade is maybe a little bit improbable. It's for Denny Avdia. I don't know how willing the Wizards are to. I don't know if the Wizards want to trade Denny Avdia. That's what I'm trying to say. He's young on a great contract.
Especially depending for what you're going to give.
I think it's a pretty good package. But I think he rebounds well for his size. I mean, he's 6'9".
I like Avdia a lot. I think he has
He's a
really good
great
high potential.
defender, solid shooter. I mean, he shot 40% from three almost, or maybe he did. I can't remember. But I think he fits seamlessly with the Thunder. He's not as great of a playmaker as Josh, but he's solid. So the trade is Josh Giddey, the 12th pick, and a second in 2026. That could change to another first. I mean, Thunder have $1 million to give away. I don't know if you need 2 high-level firsts.
Question. So, I actually love this deal as the Wizards.
Right.
I really do.
I think Josh Giddey, if he can become the best player he can, I think he has a higher ceiling than Denny. But for what the Thunder need,
I mean, you're getting a 12 overall pick. Like,
this year.
And it's weak, but you can make a right draft pick, especially as the Wizards, because they have a need at every
they're
position.
still good players. They're
all good players.
Players.
Definitely, but even that they can definitely. I mean,
yeah, there's
the
always
12th pick is still.
I mean, I think some of the best guys in the
J-Dub.
draft are projected undrafted. But anyway,
Yeah,
another
or even
conversation.
Devin Carter's projected 14.
I love Devin Carter. You like Devin Carter?
Yeah, dude, he's amazing.
He's awesome.
He's awesome.
So great.
Awesome.
Rookie of the year,
Providence.
Providence.
So yeah, Giddey and Devin Carter and a second round pick.
He's kind of under the radar, but
He's who I was telling you about the moment he came.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll watch him in a second. We'll talk about that in our upcoming episode here.
I know
crap.
that was great. I'll do that for you.
Okay.
Well, explain to me, convince me why OKC
Once
wants Avdia.
Okay. Well, so he averages 7 rebounds a game.
Sen.
wasn't that bad?
No. Lord can't say his name.
What's his
Avdia.
name? Denny
Avdia.
Avdia.
Avdia. It's Avdia. Avdia.
So he averages 7 rebounds a game. He's a bigger guy. He's a really good defender. I wouldn't say he's elite, but he's really good. He can shoot the 3 better than Giddey can.
Well, that's not very hard to do.
It's not.
Have you seen his jumper?
Giddey against the Knicks is lethal though. But yeah, I think it's an upgrade. I don't know if it's like
I like it too because I mean
I think there's bigger swings you could take, but also Denny's on an awesome contract.
yeah, I mean the package itself. I mean the 12th pick obviously is a good pick, but they're gonna want that. At 25 second isn't like horrible. I don't see what's wrong with that for OKC. Oh, was it even 26?
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
If OKC wants him, I mean, I would do it if I was the Wizards.
Yeah, I mean I would do it both ways honestly if this is the
I think
package.
that's pretty good.
I mean, and I don't know what Josh Giddey's value is.
Yeah, I don't need
Like, do teams look at him as like the guy that was unplayable, or do teams look at him as the guy who's
has
averaging
potential.
16, 7, and 7?
If you're the Wizards, you should look at him as a guy that has potential.
Yeah.
That's what you
I
should
agree.
do. And plus, that's why I like this deal because you're still getting that 12 and a second rounder. So you're still getting different pieces you can explore with a team that's rock bottom.
And I think also the thing with Giddey is he's going to be a free agent next year. So the Thunder, I think keeping him could be an option if there just isn't anything out there.
Yeah.
And you're just like, we're going to bet on him, like his talent to run it back. And
That's not the worst
maybe we
idea,
bring him
but
off
that's why
the
we're
bench.
shopping him. I love the idea of shopping him.
I do not want Johnny Davis. Unless he turns it to
Can't
Johnny
find
Davis.
Shea.
Or like Wisconsin Johnny Davis.
Trust.
It'll happen.
He had
Once the Wizards give him minutes,
he had moment last year.
when he got minutes finally,
Notice how I said moment, not moments. He had a good layup. Okay.
he had a good layup.
Ow, Johnny. I'm sorry. Shout out to Johnny, regular viewer, friend of the pod.
We have a lot of friends.
Yeah. Next trade is one I like even though.
Continue.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to be getting Cam Johnson from the Nets. Elite shooter, good defender.
That's good.
Not as great of a rebounder as Avdia, but if you're getting a backup center, I don't know how big of a problem that is.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's going to be Josh Giddey, 12. And you're going to throw a Philly first-round pick at them. It's a lot, but Nets don't really have a reason to trade Cam Johnson. And he
They
fit
don't have a reason not to trade him either.
How many first? How many first?
2
Oh, okay.
Well, because of pick 12, and then what year is Phillies?
next year.
Next year.
You know what's kind of funny? If they have Josh Giddey, I mean, I guess they got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie, but they just have
Oh,
like
yeah.
Josh Giddey's like another worse version of Ben Simmons, but he's more healthy.
And not as big.
Well,
We're good
so
at defense.
theoretically to the Nets, you're like, oh, let's just take a swing on a high upside guy. You're getting to the 12th pick.
So you get 2 high upside guys.
Yeah, or it's just a good player, like a Devin Carter. I think Devin Carter also has upside, but I think Devin Carter should go top 10. So shout out to Devin Carter.
Friend of the pod.
Will be soon. We'll have him on draft night.
Yeah.
Hey, he's not
We're
going.
bringing Robin too, right?
Robin.
We're bringing Rob in
Rob.
too.
Who is Robin? Yeah, Rob.
Robin Dillingham.
Yeah, once Rob gets drafted to Spurs, he'll just pull up.
He'll pull up probably
Fine.
bi-weekly or so.
Weekly. Might as well.
Well, he's got practice still.
Why?
We'll worry about that later. We have to be dial.
We'll go to practice.
We'll just stand there.
Okay.
on the side.
We're getting off topic.
Yeah, we are.
Good host moment. But yeah, if he's a Thunder, he fits perfectly within that lineup. And I think another thing with the Thunder, I think this is also it's inexperience. They in the playoffs they were always looking for the great shot, not the good shot. In the playoffs, sometimes the great shot just doesn't come. So they passed up some threes that were going to be kind of contested, but they also just didn't make a ton of open threes. But besides,
Irrelevant.
but Cam Johnson's willing to take tough threes, and I think that's important. Just a guy that will take tough shots, that will make tough shots as well. He's going to play better defense than Giddey, that's for sure. I think he fits seamlessly. And then for the Nets, like I said, take a swing on a high upside guy, get Devin Carter, get
I really like
someone with that
deal.
Philly first.
I like it
Yeah.
a lot.
Let's hear your trade, and then I have one more. Then we could move on to it.
Okay, so I would take one of these picks away that they have here, but it's Josh Giddey, Kaysen Wallace, Usman Jang, 2024 first round Houston,
Well,
And
that's
12.
that's big 12.
and then I would do 2027 Clippers first round for Clint Capella. It's a lot.
Yes, that's
How many picks?
I would just do
2 first-round picks.
2 first-round picks for Blake.
Cheng, Wallace, and Giddy. I'm
That's
sorry,
way
but
too much.
I'm declining that as
I
a
thought you
Thunder
were going to
fan.
say DeJounte Murray.
I'm declining that as a Thunder fan.
I'm
Oh
just
my
saying.
God.
Look,
Y'all's main issue is rebounding. He's a top 5
We don't need to give up that
rebounder.
much for him.
I like the idea of Capella. There's just no reason to overpay.
He only has 1 year left in the contract. It's big. If he had 4 years, 3 years, and nice contract, but he still has only 1 year anyway. So you're giving up a lot for him, a lot of future
I'm gonna be honest. I want
for
to
a year
do
on
Giddey
contract.
Theoretically, if the Thunder had offered this as a Hawks, I would immediately take it.
Yes.
But as a
Dude,
Thunder
if you're
fan,
the
I am
Hawks-
not even. I'm taking that out into space, and not bringing it back.
yeah, I don't even know if I would trade a first round he's.
I mean,
he's a
I'm
good
fine
player.
trading a 27 first and like Giddy.
I mean, like I said,
I wouldn't trade the Clippers. I think Clippers are gonna be bad soon.
you have no guarantee you're will
I
sign.
mean,
The
you,
problem is
you
he
don't know
has
what's gonna happen in 3 years.
one
But I think you can
year
assume.
on his contract.
Yeah, that too is true.
I have a
Eh.
Three-way. He likes it 3-way.
Alright, this is indeed 3-way.
All right, give it to us.
I'm just trying to think how do I want to break it down. You just want me to break it down like the team, that's what they're getting?
Yeah, whatever you want to do, kid.
Yeah, who's getting?
Alright,
Free spirit.
So
Just go every other.
Man. Every guy like that.
Thunder, what they're getting is John Collins, Omer Yurtseven, and then Paul George would be on a 3-year deal at this point.
Okay.
Okay. The Jazz, what they're getting is Darius Garland and Ty Jerome.
How did we?
The Cavs get
This is a 4-way.
No.
Darius Garland.
Yeah, that's a three. That's
we're
a 13.
signing Paul George. We're signing Paul.
yeah. And then the Cavs get Jordan Clarkson, Josh Giddey, Kenrich Williams, Usman Jane, Aaron Wiggins, 2025
No.
first round pick from the Jazz, Another 2025 first round pick from the Jazz. That's a lot. I understand.
And
Um,
Nova.
Aaron Wiggins is an automatic no.
Cavs are getting a lot. That's all I heard.
But he
Who
likes
are the
it.
Cavs?
Can you tell he likes the Cavs?
Who are the Cavs getting? Clarkson, Giddy, Kenny, Jang, Wiggins,
For who?
and
Darius
two
Garland?
first. Both first from next
They
year.
are trading
Or-
Ty Jerome.
All right, Vonnie. So you think Garland is worth Wiggins, 2 first rounders, Jang, Kenrick, Giddy, and Clarkson?
Kenrick.
Wow, I don't think Garland is worth that much.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Probably worth that much.
He might
Is that
be.
great?
And both of the first rounders also are for next year.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not like
both
you
for
have
the
to
same
wait
year.
8 years
But
to
if you're
pull
the
next-
Thunder, you are trading
You were
Josh
signing
Giddey,
Paul George.
Usman James.
Hold on. So you're getting John Collins and Omer Yurtseven? That's all you're getting?
And Paul George.
I mean, you're
You're
signing,
signing
Paul
But that's
George.
not from the
You
trade.
can
So
get
you're literally trading John Collins and Omer Yurtseven for
Giddey.
Usman Jang, Aaron Wiggins, Kenrick Williams, and Josh Giddey. I'm gonna have to veto this trade. This seems like it was made by a Cavs
I
fan.
do like
would
the
say.
idea of.
I do like the creativity.
I do like the idea for the Cavs.
I do like the creativity.
I don't hate the idea of John Collins. His contract's a little.
Not for what we're giving up though.
I think there's some interesting thoughts. I think Darius Garland to the Jazz is interesting.
I think I like the idea of John Collins if it was like minimal.
John Collins would be interesting. There's a lot of interesting ideas here.
Just didn't all work out in the
All
same
right.
trade.
Are y'all ready for this last trade?
No.
This is my favorite.
Okay.
And I don't know if the Bucks would accept
Oh.
No, sorry.
Giannis Middleton for Giddy.
Yeah, well, you probably throw in Dame, but
Yeah.
so it's gonna be Bobby Portis. He could start or come off the bench.
Okay, I like that already.
We're gonna throw in Kenrich, at pick 12, and OKC's 2025 first. So for the Bucks, it's tricky because like Bobby's important now, but you're also kind of replenishing your draft capital.
Yeah.
First rounders and Kenrick
yeah.
and Bobby.
I mean, Kenrick is like he's defensive first.
Guys, Ken is
Defensive-minded.
rich, not Rick.
I don't care. And
Kenny.
yeah, Kenny Hustle, baby. But yeah, you're replenishing your draft capital. You're getting a two-way forward, even though the offense isn't exactly there all the time. But you're getting defense, and that's kind of what you want for the Bucks. And you're cleaning up money as well. And you're getting some first that you could also use in trades, or you could draft. Get Devin Carter. I think he'd fit perfectly with the Bucks.
You have a little bit of money to play with too if you're the Bucks and to get another backup big or
Right,
something.
yeah.
Hopefully.
But speaking strictly for the Thunder, yeah, you could start Bobby. And like he allows the Thunder to play exactly how they want to play, which is 5 out.
It's true.
Or you could start him with Chet. You could bring that
That'd be crazy.
more defense, or not more defense, more rebounding, just from sheer size. And then you could always bring him off the bench, instant offense. Their offense didn't bring a whole lot of like scoring impact. I
You mean
think
their bench?
what did I
You
say?
said their offense doesn't bring a lot of scoring impact.
Their bench,
Really?
they didn't have a high scoring bench at all. Like I mean, Joe was obviously an important part of it. He didn't take a ton of shots though. He was more there for like he's good for their
Took
space.
more shots than Hayward.
It's true. I don't know if we need to talk about the Hayward thing.
No, we don't.
We have disagreements, but
He does too.
yeah. But yeah, I mean like Joe's important, but he doesn't take a ton of shots just because he's good for space
Yeah.
in general,
for
and
sure.
that's what Bobby is as well. And he does bring another toughness. He has finals experience. He was a big part of that finals team.
He was.
I think it's my favorite trade just because like
Yeah, I think I agree.
it fits a lot of their needs. Like
Mhm.
they
I
need
agree.
more like forward 3-point shooting, and then they like a backup big that could provide some rebounding as well.
I have just one thing to say about this trade. Oh, Bobby! Oh, Bobby! Good trade. I think the fans understood me.
I think they did too. I
Friends
understood
of the
you.
pod.
I understood you.
I am lost.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
did.
I think yeah, Thunder, no doubt, 100% agree. I think it's that Bucks. I think it's viable. It might be a little bit harder to pull them away from there.
I mean, I don't know if the Bucks are completely against trading Bobby. I think they would rather just do it for a player. I mean, and Kenny is
Throw
a
in
player.
Giddy.
I don't know if it's that type of player that
They would love Lou Dort.
you can't have him.
Give him Hayward. Let's just pretend like he's still on contract.
Yeah. We'll just tell them they can have Hayward. They won't even notice because he doesn't take shots. They'll just think Pat Connaughton's Hayward.
Doesn't take shots in 2 minutes of the game.
I don't think. Aaron Wiggins did more in his.
Still got a rebound and an assist in those 2 minutes.
When Aaron
And maybe
Wiggins
a
gets
steal,
2
too.
minutes, you feel it. When Gordon Hayward gets 2 minutes, you don't even notice. Aaron Wiggins for president.
I tell you what, you notice it. You notice that big, a huge hole burning in your pocket of $47 million.
Well, it's not like they're paying a ton of other people, so it doesn't even hurt.
Hey, they have a couple
And he's a
extra
free
pants.
agent now, so
I know they're all
You
chill.
what?
They have a couple extra pants on, so it doesn't burn through all
Yeah,
the
exactly.
holes. They have enough to hold it.
Oldest Sam Presti trick in the book.
Well, do we have anything else?
no.
Like I think the dream scenario is like Jazz are like, hey, you want Lowry Markin? Give us Giddey, Usman Chang, and 4 firsts, and then Thunder are like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. Because that's just like the perfect fit.
I think it's even a good move for the Jazz, but they're really hooked on Laurie.
Yeah.
That finisher.
You'd fit perfect in OKC.
It'd be nice.
Josh Giddey on and off the court would fit perfect in Utah. But I think in general, I think Thunder are in a great spot. I don't think we have anything else though. So leave a like, subscribe. Let us know what you think the Thunder should do, what they shouldn't do. That's all the things that they can do or not. We'll see ya.
Oh, my man.